right, Cossack Crazies, good afternoon. Another Coach's Show today, Spring Coach's Show. It's a special snowy edition as South Dakota in April, in spring, you get snow sometimes, and that's the case today. So I've got a track team that is playing basketball behind me in the gym. There's going to be a softball team in the other gym today practicing. We're doing what we can today. So should be a fun show today. We're going to be talking with some track stars and hopefully Don Cetera as well. We're still trying to get a message to him, so hopefully he's here at some point. Get a few thoughts from him on what the girls' side of Sioux Valley Track is going to look like. We'll be talking to some softball girls at the end of this as well, as I'll chat with them before they get into practice. They had a good start in their indoor tournament. That was down at Dordt University, home of the Dordt Defenders. That was just last Saturday. It was fun down there, indoors, as it was only 30-some degrees outside in Sioux Center, Iowa, about 2 hours from home. But they played 2 games. They played tough in those 2 games, just came out at the wrong end of it. So we'll talk about all of that with head coach Tatum Sonnenberg and just kind of get through the show today. First thing we want to do, though, before we get into anything and bring up our first guest, everything we do here on Saul's Media is brought to us by an exclusive presenter, Bankstar Financial. With locations in Volga, Brookings, and Elkton, Bankstar provides big-time business with a small-town feel. Looking to finance a home? Need a car loan? How's your retirement plan looking? Stop in today to chat with the local professionals. Bank on the bright side. Bankstar Financial, a proud sponsor of Sioux Valley Athletics and the Saul's Media broadcast. So let's jump right into this. We're going to bring up our first guest, Isabel Blocher, who is a star on the girls' side. She is in her final season here with Sioux Valley Track, as she's going to graduate on us. Izzy, I'll have you put those on. How you doing over there?
Good.
Can you hear just fine over there?
Yep.
Okay. Izzy, how are you?
Good.
You ready for track? I mean, maybe not today as it is snowy outside, but, you run outside all the time, don't you? Snow's not a big deterrent for you by any means.
No.
Run, run, run.
Yeah.
How you feeling right now? Are you doing okay? Final season for you, but are you, feeling in good health right now? How's your start to a track season going so far?
Yeah, I'm still coming back from my injury from last fall, so
Okay.
I don't know what the season will look like for me so far, but I don't know.
You'll gut it out, though.
Yeah.
As always.
Not really, but
Tell us what events that you're going to be in. For those that don't know, Isabel Blocher is a distance runner. Is that what are the events that you'll be in on a regular basis?
a 1600 and 3200, and sometimes an 800, but not really.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Any relays for you or anything like that, or?
Usually I'm on our medley, or sometimes I help out with the 4x8, but it gets hard to do a lot of events at state track with it being long distance.
Sure. Okay.
It just wears a lot on you.
Yeah. Well, we're looking forward to the snow melting off. Hopefully that happens,
Yeah.
starting tomorrow. But first track meet for you guys, I think, is on Monday. Is that right?
Yep, Monday indoors at SDSU. So
Indoors.
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
that helps. You've ran on that track before. What's your thoughts on the indoor facility there?
I love that track because it's not like a 200-meter track. It's just a 300 flat. So
Yeah.
it's perfect for like me, and there's no wind. So that's always one I really, really get excited to race at. But I'm not planning on racing this year. So
Okay.
just still trying to take it easy on my hip. So
Still trying to come back from it.
yeah.
Okay. This is senior year for you as well, right? We graduated in May.
Yep.
And then we're off to New Mexico to be
Yeah.
a runner for that track and cross-country program, right?
Yeah.
Got to be excited about that. Is it Lobos or are you Wolfpack? What's the New Mexico one?
Lobos.
Lobos.
So it's basically it's wolves in Spanish.
Yes.
But yeah, it's kind of just yeah.
Well, that's got to be exciting, though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
is there any big event you're in over the summertime? I mean, you've been in some Nike events. Is there anything big over the summer that we can get on?
I'm not quite sure what this summer is going to look like for me yet, but I think a lot of it will just be getting to see what the practice plan and training will look like for in the fall. I think they'll send that to me sometime in June or July or whenever their season is done. So that's what I'm excited for is, yeah.
Having a plan. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
How's senior year been for you so far?
It's been good, minus the injuries.
Minus the injuries.
But just learning a lot along the way, I guess. So.
you're a student athlete at the same time. So
Yeah.
how's the grades? How's classes going? You're running out of days at the same moment here. So
Yeah. It's been good. I don't know. I don't really have too much of a tough schedule.
well, that helps.
So, yeah.
Okay. Well, whenever we can find you on the side of a track, then we'll look forward to seeing that. But hopefully we can get you healthy, and we'll wish you good luck on the track and field season, and then see you at graduation probably.
Yeah. Thank you.
Isabel Blocher, I'll take those from you so we don't walk off of those. We also have the legendary Sioux Valley football player slash track star slash personality, Mr. Electric, Donovan Rose joins the show. How
How's
are
it
you, my
going?
man?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I just saw the jump shot in there, so you're doing just fine in there.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm a basketball player.
Football for you, though.
Yeah.
Football's exciting for you. We're off to USF in the fall, right?
Yes. Yes.
That's going well. It's senior year for you as well, man. So how's senior year going for you?
It's going pretty good. Had a good football season. Just ready to start track now.
Yeah. Well, it's a little snowy outside right now,
Yeah.
so
Well, it wasn't at the beginning of the literally Sunday it wasn't.
yeah. A
there was
couple
no
days
snow.
ago, we were just
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. So I guess just South Dakota weather for you.
It is. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we get around here.
Mhm.
In April, it happens, man.
Yeah.
How are you health-wise? Are you going into a track season feeling good, feeling
Yeah.
fresh?
Yeah. I'm feeling healthy. I don't think anything's wrong.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'm feeling pretty good.
I'll ask you the same thing we asked Izzy then. What events are we going to see you in? What do you specialize in? What do we do?
I'm doing specializing in sprints and sprint relays.
Okay.
Like the 110s. I do hurdles too.
Yep.
Maybe 300s this year, but I don't know. I gotta have to see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's enough, though. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
because you do relays at the same time, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
when it fits into whatever schedule you can do, right?
Yeah. If we need more team points, I'll go more individual.
Yeah.
And then if we don't need team points, I'll go into relays so we can get them into hardwood and state track.
What's your personal best 100-meter dash?
10.93.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's flying, dude.
Mhm.
Your USF coach has got to be pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's that translate to a 40-yard dash? Do you know what a 40-yard dash is for you in USF?
I haven't done one in a while, but I
Okay.
would say it's pretty fast.
Well, we'll save the next one for your pro day,
Yeah.
a few years down the road.
Yeah. I look forward to that.
I think there's still a USF guy that's in the NFL. Wasn't there a lineman they had a few years ago that made it? He came out about the same time that Zach Zenner came out with SDSU.
Yeah, I don't know.
I remember seeing him at the SDSU Pro Day, and I
Yeah.
think that worked out for him.
Yeah.
From
yeah.
USF, dude.
Mhm.
So it can happen.
Yeah. There's some USF kids there at the pro day at SDSU too.
Yeah.
A few days ago
Okay.
on Saturday.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if a kid from Timberlake and a kid from Britain can be tight
Yeah.
ends in the NFL, I
Yeah.
think you can do it, dude.
Yeah.
Well, it's indoor.
Mhm.
That's Monday, the first track meet for
Yes.
you. Your thoughts on the indoor facility that SDSU has there? Is that a good track for you?
Yes, because it's kind of a smaller track and it's kind of feel like a 400 is kind of like really far for me. So
Yeah.
like that 300 track is like, yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect size for you.
Perfect.
Because you do 100, 200. That's
Yeah.
the main
Mhm.
focus, right?
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
works out well for you
Yeah.
then.
Mhm.
How's the track itself? The surface?
I like it.
comparatively to a lot of the high school things you see.
No, it's a lot nicer than the
Yeah.
outdoor ones, but like it's not as nice as Howard Wood.
Okay.
That's like kind of like the big track, but like
That's a
it's- yeah.
speed track down
That's
there.
a speed track, yeah. That track is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to work out pretty well for you.
Yeah,
I mean, you've
yeah.
had some nice finishes down there.
Yes, I have. That track has been really good to me.
We'll
Yeah.
hope for the same. I don't know how to ask this. Is there any athletes that you've messed with Howard Wood? A rival, perhaps, that
Not
someone's
really.
always like half step faster than you are? Is there one of
Not
those guys?
really, but like, well, I do have some like
Yeah.
Zach Van Meeteren. Like we've been racing ever since he got here, so
Right.
it's just someone to beat, someone to catch.
Van
There's
Meeren
always-
from
yeah.
Hamlin.
Yeah, there's always someone out there better than you, so that's what you got to strive for.
That's what you keep working
Mhm.
for, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Van
Be that
Meteren's
person.
going to go play football at SDSU
Yeah.
is his future plans, but
Mhm.
he was just, a football champion
Yeah,
in 9AA. He was just in the state
yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
I think they took third.
Second, yeah.
Yeah, runner-up.
Mhm,
That's
mhm,
right.
Yeah,
Oh, man. He's a big boy.
yeah. He's a fast moving boy.
6'4", 6'6",
Yeah,
whatever he is,
He's
and
6'5", I think.
6'5", and still moves that
yeah,
fast.
Yeah.
Freak.
Mhm.
It's
Freaky
not right,
nature,
man.
yeah.
Indoor is first one on Monday, so no weather on that. When's the first outdoor that we know of?
We got Flandreau. I don't know when, but it usually gets canceled. So
Yeah.
I don't think I've had it one time.
Just early April, that's the way it
Yeah,
goes. Yeah.
It just happens.
Does the cold bother you? I mean, if it is cold out there?
Not really. I just gotta stay loose. Really.
Yeah.
that's really about it.
Probably more of a challenge though.
Yeah. Yeah.
As
And
long as the snow is gone. Can we
yeah.
not have snow anymore?
Yeah, I just want it to be like last week where it was like 70, 80.
Yeah. Let's do
was really
that.
nice. Yeah.
Let's get that here now.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I want to get back onto a
Yeah.
golf course, and I can't do it when there's snow on the ground.
No.
So
No, you can't make it far snow.
I don't run track, obviously, or run at all ever. But at golf, I can do it. Let's do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I'm not playing golf.
Well, Donovan, thanks for joining the
Yeah.
show here. We've got all sorts of people here.
Yeah.
Is this your crew? You got
I
people
mean-
just following you around? Is this what happens?
I guess. I guess.
Well, Donovan, I appreciate it, dude.
Thank you.
Good luck in track.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll take those from you so we don't walk off of those. Who we chatting with? Mitchell Guthmiller. What's up, Mitchell? You should be able to hear me just fine there.
Yeah,
You can
I
hear? Good.
Yeah, sounds
Mitchell, how we doing, man?
good. Doing pretty good. How are
Welcome to the Spring Coaches Show. This is track and field and softball. The softball girls will be here at some point. I'll ask you the same thing I asked Izzy and Donovan. What are the events that we can see you in?
you? So I'm starting out at SCSU is our first meet, and the events I'm doing is high jump,
'Kay.
4x2, 4x4, and 4x8.
Relays. There you
Yes.
go.
Big relay guy.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
Do you like relays more? It's just
I
the
do.
team aspect of it, or
I do. I really
Yeah.
do like the team aspect to it, and I have a really good relay team, so you
Yeah.
can rely on them to carry you sometimes, and them to do the same to you.
Did you play football in the fall?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
We didn't see you on the basketball court.
No.
But I saw you hooping out there.
Yeah, I just got done hooping a little bit. No, not on the basketball court.
How'd football go? I mean, it was a runner-up finish, but how was it for you?
It was good.
Yeah.
Very good season. Had a lot of friends graduating this year, but no, it was awesome. Seniors were amazing. Class was amazing. Underclassmen were awesome.
Yeah.
It's a really fun season.
Are you a senior?
No, I'm gonna be a senior next
You'll
year.
be a senior
Yep.
next year, so one more go-around for you then.
Yes, sir.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite? You do a lot of relays. You also do high jump. What's the personal best for high jump? What's the biggest
6'1".
mark? 6'1".
Got it last year. Started probably midway through the season, so don't really know what I'm doing right now. But coach is gonna help me out, and let's see how good we can get this year. So
Yeah, Bill will get you all put together.
Oh, yeah,
He'll
no
put
kidding.
this one. He's everyone's clap guy.
yeah, he's something.
love this guy. he looks kind of sweaty. He was just playing. Oh, you're dang, you're sweaty.
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
I just
he
got
was
done
just
balling
hooping.
up.
You saw him in there. You're wearing a coat. You're all sweaty too.
I'm not sweaty at all.
Yeah.
But this guy's the best. Love this guy.
You're the best. You have Cash's approval.
From
There you go.
Cash Money.
What's future plans for you? You're a junior this year. Are you summertime? Is there camps you're going to? Is there football camps? Is there anything track camp? I don't even know if there is a track camp, but track things you can
Yeah.
do, events you can get into.
Yeah, no. So we're going to a team camp for football.
Okay.
At UNL, University of Nebraska.
Yeah.
Yeah, so big camp for us. Hopefully we'll ball out. So that'll be exciting. Maybe a couple prospect camps
Yeah.
for myself and just see what I can do. And then no track camps.
No track camps.
Nope.
Is there such a thing as a track
I
camp?
don't know.
There's got to be events or something you could get into.
Yeah, no kidding.
Summertime's marathon time. You want to run a marathon?
No.
Yeah, I don't
not
either.
not at all.
Clearly, no. But football camps would be fun. You've been to SDSU football camp. Have you ever done that one?
No, I haven't.
Oh.
This will be a first.
Okay.
I'm going to this year. So yeah.
Nebraska Lincoln.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Cornhusker land.
something.
Is that in the stadium then? Is that what they
I
call
think
Memorial
so.
Stadium? I would imagine,
Yeah.
right?
In Memorial, it's either there or on their practice field.
You ever been there before?
I have. Yep. Went to a game there. They played Colorado.
Place is massive.
I know.
I mean, we see the fun things that we see here, and then you go down to Lincoln, and it's only 4 hours away, and it's just huge. 90,000 people in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
That's
New
crazy.
World.
Yeah, that'll be fun for you.
Yeah, it should.
Is that a hope down the road, man? Maybe a football scholarship down the road, or is track and field the scholarship you're hoping for, or is that something that's not in the plans at all?
I'm looking more forward to football.
'Kay.
Get a scholarship there. See where I can go to school. But yeah, definitely not track. Track's just a side piece. So.
Well put. It keeps you
Active.
flexible, active. Yes. It keeps the skills rolling. So.
Yes, for sure.
Well, that's awesome, dude. Mitchell, I'll let you get off to. I think it's picture day or something. You already done that?
Yeah, I've already done the pictures.
Well, you can go hoop again.
Yeah, I probably will.
That'll keep you loose as well. Mitchell Guthmiller joining the show. Thanks, man. I
Thank you,
appreciate it. Good luck
appreciate
in the track and field season, and
Thank
we'll
you.
talk to you. We do this every couple weeks. So
Sounds good.
on Wednesdays when I'm off from Bell Brands, this is when we have our opportunity. So
Perfect. Thank you.
thanks, man. Mitchell Guthmiller joining the show. I think we've got one more track and field star, also a basketball star. Amari Ward joining the show. You can hear me okay over there?
Yeah.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
We just had a lot of fun at Spearfish. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Miss it already though.
So do I. I was telling Cam that depression was setting in that Sunday night when we got back here because I had to set my alarms on my phone for work the next morning.
Yeah.
Ugh. Back to real life. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Let's repeat a state thing. We'll go to Watertown next year.
Yeah.
That's where the next state tournament is for you guys. So let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Already on the books.
It's a it's a done deal already.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Track star now. We're moving from basketball to something else. So this is track. What events do you do in track? We're just getting introduced to your track and field season. So
I run sprints and then I do long jump.
Okay.
And maybe we'll try javelin this year.
whoa, we've got one of those right here. I don't know if that's the boys version or the girls version, but
I don't know.
Bill wanted to put a javelin out here. Something to put on the table. So we're sponsored by what does that say? True Life? Something? I don't know. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, try it out,
Yeah.
Have you ever done javelin before?
Nope.
Okay, well, try it out.
Yeah.
Just don't hit anyone. That's the thing with javelin. You don't want to hit anyone.
I mean, if they're in the way, they're in the way.
It's on them.
Yeah.
Sprints then for you,
Yep.
this is like 100, 200. Is there a 400 you sprint as well, or just a 1-2?
I mean, I've been thrown in the fours,
Yeah.
but
Try not to, though.
No, you might catch me hiding.
400's a big lap. I know that.
Yeah.
Brock Christopherson was talking about that a couple weeks ago, that 400s and 800s is what he specializes in. And I almost think he's
If-
crazy for doing that.
Yeah.
Middle distance? Boy. No thanks. Well, that's good. It's snowing out right now, so you guys will be practicing indoor today, I imagine. What's an indoor practice look like for you guys? You just run back and forth on the basketball court?
Yesterday we ran 30 sprints.
Okay.
So like the 30-yard, like
Yeah.
that's how far we ran. But I'm not really sure what these practices consist of besides of yesterday's.
Yeah, okay. So it's all just a learning experience.
Yeah.
Bill's just finding more athletes for us. This is your first year at Sioux Valley. We've talked about it through the basketball season. Now we move into track. How's this experience going for you?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
Really liking it here. It feels like more comfortable here.
Yeah. Well, for me too. I've been doing this for a year, but hanging out on the sidelines with a camera in my hand and then a radio show. This is like my third full-on season with Sioux Valley. It's family around here. It's
Yeah.
the closeness, the community part of it is just fantastic. That's
Yeah.
what I love about it. So
I'd agree.
we had fun in basketball.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
a pretty good family there.
Yeah.
How many teammates do you have from basketball that are on the track team then? You just keep it rolling. I know Liberty and Talia. Who else is on there?
Liberty, Tal, Miley.
Okay.
And Audrey.
Okay.
I think 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's 4.
Yeah. Well, you guys will just compete and do whatever,
Yeah.
I think Kira's a golfer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see her on the golf course.
I guess.
That's what I do. I don't run, clearly. So, yeah, I golf. I don't need to run. I'm too old to run. I don't want to do it. But golf I could do.
Oh my goodness, I could never do golf. Mini golf. But
Mini golf's fun. Yeah. You start with mini golf and then advance from there.
Yeah.
Put the big clubs in your hand and see how far you can hit it.
Yeah.
There was a time in Sioux Falls when I was living down there. There was a driving range that was close to my job, and it was kind of a stressful job. So I just go over to that driving range after work and just crush golf balls.
That's
It's a good
way.
stress reliever. It really was. I didn't even
Yeah.
care where those balls went to. I just wanted to hit something hard, and that worked out really well.
That was nice.
Stress reliever. So
Yeah.
if you need something, there you go. Golf is it.
Yeah. Keep it in mind.
I'm going to try to make the golf course a sponsor for this coaches show, spring season type
Well,
thing.
that'd be nice. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'll talk to Kim over there and see what we can make happen.
I don't know who that is, but hopefully you make it out.
You'll find out when she's a sponsor. It's going
Yep.
to be fine.
Yep.
So 100, 200, is there relays that you do as well? Did you mention relays?
I do relays, 4x1 and 4x2, and then
Okay.
medley.
And then the long jump.
Yep.
And javelin, if it works out. Yeah.
Potentially.
That looks fun, but it looks dangerous to me. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see how it go.
I just watch people throw it and it looks cool.
Yeah.
I might try it out.
That's a shot put. You want to do that?
No.
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 Nope. No, not at all. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know whose shoes those are, but someone put some shoes up here. We're just trying to fill the table with track and softball things, so we're still looking for softball things. Tatum's on it. Well, Mars, it's always fun. We had a lot of fun in the basketball season, so I'll look forward to seeing you on the side of a track meet when I get to one. That's
Alright.
usually with a camera in my hand. So.
All right.
So enjoy the track season. Are you healthy right now? How are you
Yeah.
going into the track season? It's good health right now. Everything's
Yeah.
fine.
Feeling great.
Well, that's good.
Mhm.
And then just sprint from there.
Yep.
'Kay.
Run hard, turn left.
What's the? Yes, that's. We'll put that on a T-shirt. How's that?
Yeah.
What's a personal best for you? Long jump or even 100, 200? What's personal best?
I want to say my long jump is like a 16 something, but
That's a big jump.
I'm not really sure what my
Okay.
ones and twos are.
Well,
I just run them and then
we'll set them this year
Yeah.
then, and
Yeah.
someone will let us know what they are.
yeah.
Or we'll talk again like a month down the road, and we'll just get an update.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good.
We do this coaches show every 2 weeks, so when I have my Wednesday off from Bell Brands, then I just come over here at 3 o'clock, and you guys are already out of school. It works out pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mars, always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Good luck. Stay healthy. We'll talk to Mars down the road. What's up, dude? How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am well. It's a little snowy outside.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Yeah. So we need to melt that crap
Yeah, that'd be nice.
and get out there. But first, meet for you guys indoor on Monday, right?
Yep.
Indoor at SDSU. Tell me a good SDSU indoor story from the past times you've been there.
I mean, it's always nice just because you're out of the weather.
Yeah.
I know last year was actually really snowy outside, so there's no chance it would have happened. But
Fantastic. Look at this. Look at all the props we got today. This is fantastic.
yeah, but the relays are always a little bit of a challenge just because it's a 300-meter track instead of a
Yeah.
400. So then the exchange places are always different. So it's a nice challenge. But
Yeah. So, well, it's something different.
yeah,
But it's
something different.
indoors, so
Yeah,
while this stuff is melting
Yeah.
away, at least you have something. that you
yeah,
can compete
something
on.
to do. Yeah,
What are the events we'll see you in then?
I'll be in the 4x8, 4x4, and then the I think 4x2 and 4x1.
'Kay.
So all relays.
Yeah. Well, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
Do you like the relay part of it more?
yeah.
Just the
I think
team
it's more
aspect
fun.
of it? Yeah.
It's just more fun as a team, I would say.
Out there with your dudes.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. But is there a good relay story? Or maybe a bad relay story? Is there anything you remember?
I don't know. I mean, the 4x4, I obviously have a lot of memories with just because it's always at the end of the meet, so you're
Yeah.
always tired, and then everyone's watching that one since it's the last one. So that one's always really fun, in my
Right.
opinion. But it
Okay.
really hurts afterwards.
Yeah,
You can definitely feel that. But
it would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to warm up at some point, man.
yeah,
It
will,
has to,
hopefully.
right?
I hope it doesn't stay like this forever.
Yeah, I'd rather see rain than
Yeah.
snow. So
Yeah,
this is
rain.
not welcome. So, I was just telling the other athletes who've entered that I'm a golfer. And
Yeah.
You can't golf in that, but I
No.
mean, it's just sad.
Yeah.
How's practice going for you? I mean, I know it's indoors today, but it's basically what, like short sprints that you kind of practice on right now? Just
Yeah, and then
quick
I'm,
acceleration then, perhaps? Is that
yeah,
kind of the
for-
focus?
For inside, just work on acceleration, I guess.
Yeah.
It's really, you don't have much room for a whole lot else, so.
Were you part of the basketball game that was on there right when I was putting all
just
the...
a little bit.
I know there was something in there.
Yeah.
I was walking around and
Yeah.
sounded like some pretty good smack talk out there. but
Yeah, just a little bit of a scrimmage, but
Stay loose, you
Yep.
know?
hmm
Keep it moving.
yep, get ready for practice.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, good luck in the track season.
Yeah,
Are
thank
you
you.
healthy right now? Going
Yeah.
into track season 100%?
Yeah, I'd say so.
That's
I
good.
feel good. So
That helps.
Yeah.
I asked Brock that same question 2 weeks ago. He's like, yes,
yeah,
because he's gone into some of those seasons where it's been
yeah, he's had some.
trying to heal things.
Mhm.
Izzy is doing that right now. She's
Yeah.
still got a hip issue, but
Yep.
well, it's good you're healthy, man. We'll see you on the side of
Yeah,
the
thank
track.
you.
Good luck out there. Thanks for joining the show
Yeah,
today.
thank you.
And I'll take those before you walk off with those.
Sounds good.
Thanks, man. The track stars. As we transition from track to the softball field here. Some other sponsors we want to thank. Nick's Hamburgers, the legendary hamburger spot in downtown Brookings. Grab them by the bag. Nick's Hamburgers, thank you for being a sponsor of Sioux Valley Athletics and the Sauls Media broadcasts. Also, Jimmy John's and the Man Cave Barbershop. Alicia and Friends, they are the unofficial SDSU football team haircutters. They're on South Madera, right across from high school. Fantastic barbershop. I need to get there because I'm getting a little shaggy, so we'll see what happens to that. We we are joined now by softball head coach Tatum Sonnenberg. Hi, Tatum.
Hello.
How are you?
Again. I'm good.
We're
I'm a
gonna do
little
this.
sad,
we're-
but
we're gonna do this
good.
every 2 weeks, so we'll just get used to
Yeah.
this. We'll get you
I
comfortable.
know. I'm
on the
sorry.
mic.
I'm a little late. I kind of forgot. for a
No,
second there.
with softball doing their picture, or with track, sorry, with
Yeah.
track doing their pictures today, it was just kind of in and out with everybody.
Yeah.
We just started up at 3, and
There you
yeah,
go.
it's high school, so it's
Yeah.
always just chaotic. That's the way it
Mhm.
is.
Yeah, I've learned that very quickly moving into high school teaching this year that it's always chaotic.
There's just going to be chaos, and you just kind of roll with it. I mean, the
Mhm.
kids do it better than we do. So
Oh yeah, they rule it.
Yeah.
They own it.
we had a good weekend. A
Yeah.
couple of losses, but you
Yeah.
played well. So let's just talk about our experience at Dordt University, the indoor.
Yeah.
It was a little chilly in there for me, and
Yeah.
that's saying something, but it was still fun to get out there.
Yeah, once we got moving, it was a little warmer, but
Yeah.
while we were standing there waiting, it was pretty chilly. But it doesn't help when it's raining and windy and
Yeah.
storming outside, apparently. I
Yeah.
don't know if you heard the thunder
We
while
could
you were
hear
in there,
the-
but woofda.
We could hear the thunder.
I was glad we were inside and didn't have to deal with it.
The raindrops coming on the roof. That was a
Yeah.
nice, you hadn't heard that since
Good
last
ambiance.
summer.
Yeah. Yeah, no, down in Dordt, we faced Flandreau and Beersford, so
Mhm.
2 teams we're going to see again this season, which was great to get going with them.
Yeah.
Started off with Flandreau and got to see some returners step up this year, and so started pitching with Abby Axtell, and she had a great game.
Yeah.
We fell behind a little bit in the 5th inning. We had some errors that cost us a little bit of that game, but started off with amazing at bats. We stepped up like we'd been playing games for 2 weeks. Like I told
We're
them,
not
I was
first
like,
timers out here.
no, and I was like, I mean, the nice days we did have, we got a lot of live pitching in. We got prepared for those games, and it came out and shown right away when we stepped in the batter's box. So,
Yeah.
got a lot of great hits right off the bat. I've been referencing, Cassidy Smith was our first batter in the lineup, and she put down a bunt to get herself on base right away. And I said, "Oh, here we go. We're gonna
Set the tone."
wake up these defenses and make them defenses and make them do something." And we got them a few times on those bunts, so that was great to see. But yeah, just a few innings or a couple errors in there in the 5th inning that flipped that momentum that we had, but
Yep.
came back and put in the work to get us back up to 8-9. And Audrey Morano had an amazing hit out to
Mhm.
center field. Thought it was gonna get over the fence there and tie us up and take us into extra innings. Just didn't have quite the but it was that hit what got me excited again. I was excited for the next people to come up to hit to see if we could get her in, and
Yeah.
continue to work. They didn't give up on that game, and it's anyone's game, whoever walks in, right? And
Yeah.
you have to carry it out. We talked about our motto this year of being more. So what more could we have done to keep the game in our momentum, and talked about consistency of and not settling when you get ahead.
Right. Yeah.
And then took us into the Beersford game. Beersford last year was a tough game for us, and so getting to see them again right away at the beginning of the season, was a little intimidating, I think, for some of our younger students and athletes that got to play. I know in the first game, our catcher is a 8th grader.
Yeah.
So she had a great time trying to figure that out.
Sure. Yeah.
Then our relief pitcher and starting pitcher for the Beersford game is an 8th grader as well. So
She's an 8th grade. I didn't
yeah,
know that.
McKinley Schwab is an
Yeah.
8th grader. Yeah.
I didn't realize
Yeah,
that.
she's
She
gonna
pitched
be
great. That second game was fantastic
Yeah.
for her.
She's been doing a lot of travel ball and a lot of like picking up on different teams here and there, but
Yeah.
glad to have her this year on our team. And I know that we had a pair up of her and Amelia Jacobson, who is a sophomore for us, and Amelia's improved bounds as well. So
Yeah.
being able to pair those two up and pull them where we need to has been really helpful. But yeah, we put up a great game against Beersford. They had a couple hits
Yeah.
that scored them a couple runs there, and I mean, you can't ask for much more than a 3-0 against Beersford. When last year we always go back to looking at what they did last year and how we played with them, and this year we looked like a completely different team against them. We held our composure. We stuck with them the whole entire time, and I'm excited to see them again later in the season when we had more games under our belts, and to show them
Yeah.
what we've improved on
A
and
little more experience and
challenge them more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had McKinley with 6 hits, 5 Ks, and she only gave up the 3 runs. And I don't even know if those were earned or not. It was too hard to keep track of that. That's your job. You get to do that.
Yeah.
But
I couldn't do it without the help of my staff too, and my extra players that came along this weekend. They really stepped up with the stats. So.
yeah. But that's an 8th grader that's only given up 6 hits to a varsity squad. That has to be exciting for you.
Yeah, she relief pitched for us against Flandreau, and then started against Beersford, and she held what she owned for for hitting wise against us, she held them to a 195 batting average, which
Right.
is like great. I mean,
Yeah.
for your first games out as a eighth grader on varsity, I mean, that's a great way to start.
Yeah.
Setting the tone for sure. And um, her and Abby Axel pitching, I mean, they're complete opposites. And
Right.
and so having that offset when you come against a team like Beersford or even Flandre, I guess too. I mean, having those switch ups on them can really change the mood of a game.
Yeah.
So yeah,
McKinley in her relief appearance against Flandre had 4 straight strikeouts.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
no,
That's
No.
a solid start right there.
Yeah.
So
and I mean, starting in that Beersford game too, she started off right away. I don't think she let up a run or let up a hit in the first couple innings there.
Yep.
So they kind of went
first
back
one
to
was
back.
the 3rd inning.
Yeah. Yep. I was gonna say she went 3 straight
She
for
pitched great.
two innings there too, and so yeah, we had a little bit of a lull in that first game against Flandreau, and we talked as a team of what can we do to keep moving forward, and you saw that shift in our teammates
Yeah.
and picking each other up and moving forward. So if we can play that mental game and keep ourselves composed and move forward, we're gonna be great.
That's part of the experience, though.
Yeah.
You just have to get in those games. Softball is pretty fast
Yeah.
officially.
Mhm.
So getting adjusted to that speed and then knowing what to expect
Yeah.
once you get into a 5th
Yep.
inning, 6th inning, they'll figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, they have already somewhat figured it out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, some of these girls are eighth graders playing with us, and Zoe Hemestead, again, she's an eighth grader.
Right.
I mean, she's going to be a fun one to watch too. And yeah, I mean, I think too, our defense looked really good. Our outfielders stepped up
Yeah.
big. I know Cassidy Smith had some great catches out in the outfield. Ella Jacobson had a couple of those, and
Yep.
Audrey Morano had a couple of those. I mean, they're the last line, right? And so trusting us pitchers, trusting that your defense is going to back you up, and there's people behind you. You don't have to hold the game down by yourself is nice too. But it starts with each pitch, right? And can change like that.
Right.
You said it's quick. It is
a
quick.
fast sport. Yeah.
It's never stopped. It doesn't stop moving for nobody. And so you slack a little bit in the attention, and that game switches and changes real quick.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
can be streaky at that same time. So one
Oh, yeah.
mistake would lead into
Two,
a
three.
big inning.
Yeah.
that possibly could happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll get it going on our side. News on the softball front. Our game for tomorrow,
Yeah.
because there's snow on the ground right
I
now,
know.
has been postponed. The news I got for you guys,
Yeah. So that's moving to May.
it's going to go to May 1st. It's
Yep.
going to be part of a doubleheader at Dual. So tomorrow's home opener, not a home opener anymore. So when
No.
is the next home game? Then, I
Yes.
guess?
So April, I want to say 14th. It's against Castlewood.
Okay.
So again, varsity will start at 4 p.m. and then JV to follow with that. We're kind of sad though because again we've talked about Reagan Nelson's family a lot,
Yeah,
and
right.
their involvement with Sioux Valley School still, and kind of holding on to that legacy that Reagan has left already as a freshman. And so
Right.
they were going to throw out the first pitch at our game tomorrow, but with that change, we're actually going to have to shift from them being at the Castlewood game. But again, you'll see that purple teddy bear and
Oh,
her
yeah,
jersey out, and hopefully get somebody out there that represents her still for that first pitch against Castlewood. So yeah, keeping that going, and our girls love it. And I mean, this group of girls has played with her all through the summer leagues and
Right,
fall
yeah.
leagues, and so they're very much gonna keep that alive and
Well, sure.
run it.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, there's no reason not to.
Yeah.
No, it's great for the kids too.
Yeah.
It reminds the kids that there is something more. Your
Right.
slogan is "Be more, do more," and
Yeah.
this is part of it. You
Yeah.
know, there is life outside of
Mhm.
school and athletics and things like that. There
Yeah,
is real life that
exactly.
happens out
Yeah.
there, and this is part of it. So
Yeah.
yeah, keep that going for
Yeah.
sure.
It's awesome. I mean, these girls they're embodying the positive side this year. They really want to build that family. We talked about on Monday. We didn't get outside on Monday. It was okay. We could maybe got outside, but we didn't get outside. We just had a kind of a team huddle, and talked about like what does be more and do more mean to you. And when they said we're more than just a team. We're a family, and
Yeah.
so we're embodying that this year and really going to try to pull that through. Something neat that we're doing this year. I don't know how much people watch a lot of college ball, but teams will do something to signify some great things on the team, like whether that be helmet stickers or badges or something that resembles like something positive from your team. And so this year we're doing some captain work where we don't
Okay.
have set captains, right? A lot of teams have those those seniors step up, their captains all year long,
Yeah.
which is great. And I think that because the game of softball is always changing, that we kind of have to grow and change as well. And so with our captains this year, what we've tried to or started to do, we have a team captain of the week. So our girls
Okay.
vote every week after games and choose a new captain who they thought maybe stepped up for that week in any way possible. So whether that's on the bench or on the field or practice.
Right.
And then we have two captains that are based on stats, so a hitting and a fielding
Okay.
stat captain. And so on our girls' bags, you'll see a little pin, kind of similar to like what those wrestling pins look like. But
Okay,
then they get
yeah.
a charm for each time that they're voted or chosen as captain. And
Fantastic.
so you'll see them wearing them this year and kind of racking those up as we go along because we're going to change every week. So there'll be new ones. And then on those charms, you'll see yellow softballs for any home runs that are hit. So recognizing, all the good things that they've done and that there's more than just the one game in front of you. It's
Yeah.
what you've done in the past and the future, and that each game's a new opportunity.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure they were excited about that.
Yes,
should be.
they think it's cool, but and it might be a little work on our end, but it'll
No,
keep us
it's-
on top of it.
It's
so.
a teaching moment at the same time, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the better you are, the better teammate you are, the
Yeah.
better person you are, the more
Mhm.
stuff you get for that. So
Yeah,
it's a life lesson for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm so excited to just see how the rest of the season plays out because these last two games got me excited. it really amped us up now, and then the weather came around and just dumped it all back on us and said, "Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
you slow down a little bit."
So
Go get you
14th is the home opener. When's the
Yes.
next game? Is there a game
Uh,
before the 14th?
Yes, is that next week, the 10th of April, I believe.
Okay. So we'll be on.
We're
the
in
road.
Redfield. I know the 10th at Redfield, so we have a few in there. I think we might also have one on the 8th. One day at a
Just-
time
yeah.
here. I'll
Okay.
pull it up for you, but I know that
Okay.
it's coming up here soon. So,
If I remember right, I don't think I can get to Redfield. I think I work that day. As I told
Yeah,
you, I'll be
yes.
getting to all the softball things I can, but it's outside of my Bell Brand schedule. And I think I work on that Tuesday.
yeah, I know that. I know after the games on Saturday, a couple of girls came up to you and were like, "My parents are listening at home, and they just love it so much." I mean, it adds another layer to our games, right? I mean, you watch Game Changer, you watch the stats. It's kind of boring if
Yeah.
you don't know what's happening, and so just having a voice behind what's happening, I think, is
Well, that was
is
the hope.
helping.
That's
yeah.
why I'm trying to find some sponsors for us and everything here. So
Yeah. Well, hopefully some of ours will step up too, because we do some fundraising at the beginning of the year, and we
Yeah.
have what we call game day sponsors. And so
Right.
they chose on our calendar to be a game day sponsor. And so on our social media as well, you'll see those pop
Yeah.
up for our home games. So
Okay.
yeah, they're out there. There's those softball enthusiasts, right?
Just gotta
that
find
go
'em.
around.
See, softball people are crazy people. I
Yeah.
know that.
Oh, they love their sport. I know we talked
Crazy's not the
about-
right word for it. Passionate. How's
There
that?
you go. That's a good
Passionate.
one. Yeah. It does look like our next game would be Redfield. I don't think we have one on the 8th.
Okay.
I'm
And
looking at
Redfield is the
the
10th of April.
Yep. The 10th.
Okay. I'll go through my schedule as well, and I'll let
Yeah.
you know. I don't want it to be a surprise. Like I walk into the parking lot and go, "Hello, I'm
Yeah.
here."
Oh, that'd
So
be
I'll let
nice
you know.
too.
Well, I'll let you know. Just to have some
Yeah.
sort of, hey, he's gonna be here today.
Yeah, I know it. Like I said, they just enjoyed hearing that voice behind the game, and I know that the setup wasn't great there with the fencing. Like it's hard to
Yeah.
see through that at a home, like a regular game. That won't be the.
See, at the home
case,
games, they'll
but-
be at the top of the bleachers, so I mean, it will be
Yeah.
far enough away from the fence that it shouldn't be that big
Yeah.
of a distraction. But
Yeah.
it was a black net in front of me,
Yeah,
so
but at least
that's why I
then-
kind of got as close to it as I could, just
Yeah.
to try to take it out. But there's
Mhm.
nothing you can do with a black net.
Yeah. Nope. Not much.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yeah.
It was a great learning experience. The first time I'd ever called
Yeah.
softball games, so
That's awesome.
I still have no idea what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
as long as I keep talking and keep saying something,
Yeah.
I feel like I'll get better at it at some point.
Oh yeah.
So
That's all you can do. Right?
it was still a fun experience. That was first time in Sioux Center.
Yeah,
That was my
that's
first
my
time
first time
at
there, too.
Dordt University. That
Yeah.
bubble is fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I played for DSU in Madison, and we've played Dordt, and I've never actually been in that dome. So I mean, it was new for me too. So
yeah.
yeah.
It was probably a fun experience for the girls as well.
yeah.
Hopefully,
A
it was.
few of them have actually played there with some of their traveling teams, and
Okay.
were able to give us some pointers at practice too of like how what's going to be like playing on turf. And
Yeah.
we got a little bit of practice with that last year when we played at Sanford, but it's different when you're inside too because the lighting is different and
Well, there's a ceiling
the
involved.
rulings. Yeah, the rulings about if it hits the ceiling, you catch it. Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah,
So
that was crazy. If
Yeah.
it drops to the turf, it's foul. If
Yeah.
you catch it, it's an out.
Out,
But only
yeah.
if it
is in
hit
fair
in, like,
territory.
fair
Yeah,
oh
it's.
my, yeah.
I know they're like it hasn't happened yet, but if the ball hits the ceiling and it seems like it's going to go out, we're going to call it a home run. I was like, how high do you have to hit that to be ruled as a home run?
Yeah, and seems like it
Yeah,
should go out. I don't
I
like that
know.
word right
I
there.
don't know either. I think we were just
Yeah.
they were going to give the benefit of the doubt, but
'Kay.
yeah, that didn't happen against in our games.
It
But
was pretty crazy
Close.
there. What I learned for myself is when it's in the 30s in Dorch, bring a sweatshirt or something
Yeah,
because I
you're
was wearing
gonna-
a coat all day.
stocking hat, gloves.
Yeah.
You
Even
know,
indoors, it
it
was
might
cold in there.
say it's 60 degrees, but then you get outside and there's no tree coverage. There's no nothing.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Yeah.
It gets cold quick.
You could feel the
Especially
air.
when you're just hanging out,
You
right?
could feel the air going through that place.
Yeah.
Oosh.
Yep.
So I was in a coat all day. So I taught myself a lesson. So
Yeah.
when we do that next year, then at least I'll
Yeah.
know now.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
100%. Yeah.
So Redfield's up next.
Yep.
On the road.
On the road.
Redfield. What do we know about Redfield? We played them last year.
Yeah,
right?
we played them last year. They're a new program, so not a lot up north. A lot of teams, from what I've seen over the years, have been kind of Watertown and South. So
Yeah, right.
they're a newer program, but I know their coach has been up there either umping or coaching softball as well. But a team we can hang with for sure.
Okay.
Last year we did beat them during both of our JV and varsity game. We had some really great things, but never a team to count out. So
Yeah, right.
just being on our A game when we walk in and be ready to go.
'Kay.
Yeah.
When
Not
we do
too
our
much about their stats or anything.
yeah,
Just-
they're the pheasants, right?
Yeah,
Redfield
yep.
pheasants. I
they're
think,
also
yeah.
blue. Everyone thinks they should be red, but they're blue.
Yeah, red's in the name. They should be red.
Yeah, they're
That's weird.
definitely a blue. They
Yeah.
wear blue. So
Okay.
that was something that threw our girls off last year. They were like, but they're Redfield, and I was like, that doesn't. Yeah,
It was just
not
some,
everybody with red in their name
That's
is
just
red.
some guy's last name from a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you do your games, is it double headers that we do, or is it just one 7-inning game and then there's a JV game as well? Or
Yeah, so on our schedule, if it's listed as varsity, it's varsity JV. So
Okay.
they'll start with the varsity game and then go to the JV after to follow.
Okay.
So it's a 7-inning game and then
the
the
JV,
JV is
game,
after. A lot of times they do that because if a field doesn't have lights or weather or whatever, we can get those varsity games in
Oh,
because
right.
those count towards everyone's records and stuff. And then the JV follows with
Okay.
kind of whatever ruling we decide. So some of these newer programs will choose to do like a 5-inning rule or 5-run rule per inning to kind of get these girls more experience.
Sure.
And then if it's listed as a doubleheader, those are 2 varsity games. So like
Yeah.
the dual
The
one,
dual one,
we'll
yeah.
switch from a JV varsity to 2 varsity games only.
Yeah, that was going to be a game at dual anyway. Now we're just doing
Yeah.
2 games of it.
Yeah.
So okay.
And it kind of works out because last year we had a doubleheader here with dual, so
Okay.
kind of evened out it in the long
Yeah,
run.
return the
but-
favor then. You know,
Yeah.
because of the snow.
Yeah, I was excited to
Because-
play dual again though. Their pitcher from last year, I coached a summer league team a long time ago with my dad, and she played on our team, and so I kind of knew what to expect with her. So I was like excited to get back to that this year.
Yeah.
And we've been practicing and stuff, and with that in the back of my mind, knowing that she's a hard hit or hard thrower, that we were preparing for that. So I'm excited that we've had all this practice now, so we get to face a whole different team and start planning for that. So
Oh,
and
that's fantastic.
and hopefully this is the last of the April shower snow.
Well, it can rain. I'm fine with rain.
Rain,
Just
rain
not
is good.
that.
Yeah, no, as long as it goes away, right? Like that's
Yeah.
the biggest thing.
Well, yeah, it will. I mean, the sun's supposed to come out tomorrow,
Yeah.
so that'll melt it all. Even if it's only 40, it'll melt out.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm ready
Yeah.
for rain. I'm ready to golf, and I can't do it when it's like this. So
I know some of my kids today were like, "I was supposed to golf after school," and I was like, "Well, you still could, but it might not be. You can't find your ball.
No.
'cause you're never gonna see it."
no, you get
But-
one stroke, and that's
Yep.
it. It's all over. As far
Yeah.
as your softball team today, then we're practicing indoors, obviously.
Yeah.
What's the indoor practice look like for your girls then?
Well, yesterday our indoor practice was a lot of hitting reps, so
Yeah.
a lot of station work, a lot of pinpointing those little things to fix and work on, and then we do still get some of our like dailies in, which is some field work with glove and ball handling
Yeah,
and things like
right.
that. Today is going to look a little bit different because you can't do the same thing 2 days in a row. That just doesn't always work out in there. So we're going to start with our throwing warm-ups and get our pitchers throwing a little bit inside, and then from there work into full gym. I know we share the gym right now with for part of the time with track.
Yeah.
And so once we get the full gym, we'll move into situations and
Right.
and
Right.
drills like that, and a lot of fun conditioning drills. Yesterday we played tic-tac-toe
There you go.
to get some running in our short distance. But yeah, to get some base running in and all of that, it's different inside, but it's still moving our bodies and,
Yeah.
and preparing
It's still
us.
preparing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you do what you have to. This
Yeah.
is South Dakota in April, and this is what happens.
Yep, it is.
So-
It can still happen in May too, but we're gonna hope it doesn't.
Let's not do that. No, no,
I
no.
won't jinx it.
No,
I
no,
should
no.
knock on wood.
Don't do that. No, it can happen too easily. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
not even get that mojo going. Well, Tatum, thank you for joining the show again
Yeah.
today. We'll do this again in 2 weeks
Yeah.
when I'm off on my Wednesdays. But
Perfect.
the 10th up in Redfield, that's the next one, and the
Yep.
14th is our first home game now.
Home game against Castlewood. Yep.
I'll try to get to both of them. I got to check my schedule now. So
Yeah. Perfect.
it was a fun first weekend. We'll build on that.
Yeah,
All right.
it was.
Thanks,
you.
Coach.
Yeah.
A pleasure as
Yeah.
always.
Thank you.
I'll let you get off to practice. That is going to do it for another Spring Coaches Show. Some more sponsors we want to thank. Bankstar Financial, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bell Brands, another fantastic sponsor, my employer as well. CC's Bar and Grill, a fantastic spot right here in downtown Volga. GP Auto, Health Source Chiropractic, Precision Risk Management, Shorty's Hotbox Food Truck, and a fantastic sponsor through the basketball. We have Wyatt Hart is joining us. Hi, Wyatt. Wyatt, how are we doing?
Good. How are you?
You were a surprise guest. I didn't know I had more guests,
Yeah,
but Bill Vincent keeps throwing people at me. So,
Mhm.
Wyatt Hart, how are you?
Good. How are you?
You feeling good?
Yeah, feeling great.
Feeling healthy going into track? That's good.
2 weeks of practice, feeling good.
What events can we see you in?
I'll be in the 300 hurdles, the 110s, and probably a couple of relays thrown in
A
there.
couple of relays. Is like a short run relay?
Yeah.
Like okay, 4x1, 4x4,
Mhm.
something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
What do you like better, hurdles or sprinting?
It's a lot easier when you don't have to jump over something.
What are you better at then? Maybe that's the good
Uh,
question. Are you a
Probably
better?
the hurdles. Probably
Yeah.
the 300 hurdles, I'd say, is my best event.
There's something special about 300 hurdles.
Yeah.
I grew up in Elkton, and so I've been following that Elkton track team for a long
Mhm.
time. Elkton, like Ben.
Yeah.
Blake DeFreeze over there right
Yeah.
now. Fantastic 300 hurdler.
Mhm.
He's incredible.
Very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's one of your opponents right there.
Mhm.
Well, that's fun, man. And you're healthy going into track. Is this
Yeah.
is that regular? You've always been healthy. You've had to fight things off before you get into a track season.
Usually, sometimes my back will tighten up just from the running and stuff, but
Yeah.
no, I've been healthy this year. Feeling
That's
good.
not this case.
No.
This year is fine.
Yeah.
Football as well for you as well, right?
Yes.
Runner-up finish there. How?
Mhm.
But what are your thoughts on the football team that that just happened?
I think it'll be a long time before we. Well, I shouldn't say a long time. I think we can. I think we definitely lost some good players, but
You
I
took
think we can-
advantage of the
yes.
situation that you were in, man.
We took advantage of it. Yes.
And I think Coach Hughes took a new job now, so I don't
Mhm.
think Hughes is here. I don't know if we've named a new coach or whatever. But
No, I think they're in the interviewing process right now.
what year are you in school then?
I'm a sophomore. Will be a junior.
Will be a junior, so you
Yes.
got 2 years left to try to make your mark as well.
Yes.
We'll start in a track season. We'll stay loose and
Yeah.
see how football goes, man.
Yeah.
A new coach will be named here at some point. But
Mhm.
how was Coach Hughes to you? What did he teach you the most? What did you learn the most from Coach Hughes?
He's just a great leader, building relationships with us when we were young.
Yeah.
And just, he reminded us to still have fun, but also take things seriously and compete at our best. So,
Yeah. Well, you got all the way to the dome. Let's
Yeah.
build on that.
absolutely.
I wasn't part of the football season this year. It just didn't work out. I was going to be, and then it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But a fantastic finish for you guys.
Mhm.
So congrats. You got to experience something that not every football player gets to.
No.
I didn't even get to the playoffs in my day.
Yeah.
It was a different system. So congrats on that. But as you move into a junior, we'll build on it.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, we'll see you on the track.
Yeah, I'll see you.
First one up is SDSU indoor, and I think that's on Monday.
Monday,
if
yes.
I'm remembering conversations.
Monday, I don't know when it starts. but,
You've been in there before. You've raced
Yeah.
in there before. What do you think of the place?
not a full track, so just the distances you run like on the track are different, but it'll be fun.
It's
a
still
big
cool
one.
in there, though.
Yeah.
It's a really neat place.
Mhm.
Well, we'll wish you good luck on Monday, and then we'll
Thank
see
you.
you on the sidelines. When I get to a track meet, it'll be with a camera in my hand.
Yeah.
I won't be calling track meets. I wouldn't even know how to do it.
Yeah.
Or who would watch it. I have no idea. But so when I see you on the track meet, it'll be with a camera in my hand. So
All right.
We'll see you out there, man.
Yeah.
Thanks
see
for
ya.
joining the show,
Yep,
Wyatt.
Thank you.
A pleasure. That's going to do it, everyone. We're going to end this. We try to keep it to an hour, and we're pretty close, so. Or not. Throws coach.
Shot, disc. Chad Buckmiller with Artisan Concrete and head throws coach. How's it going? I'm getting thrown into this. Nice to meet you.
Bill keeps finding people for me, so yeah, just pop those on right there. You can hear everything.
Sure.
Chad, right?
Yeah.
Well, good to meet you, man.
Nice meeting you.
We do this every 2 weeks. This is the coaches show. We do this in the springtime and talk to the softball girls. Bill Vincent keeps throwing track people at me, and you're the throws coach.
I am the throws coach.
We do have a javelin in front of us. The shot's right there. So, is this like a voluntary position that you do, or is the school, give you some funds to be the throw coach?
I
or what?
get paid a pretty healthy $3-4 an hour wage.
There you go.
You
Say
coach,
that's something.
good college, good coaching salary. So-
What do you like most about throws then? Why throws coach? Why not? What is special about being the throw coach?
It's a very specialized sport,
Yeah.
and it's very undervalued.
Right.
It's just something that, say this as nice as I can. growing up and being in the discus and the throws, I got into it just because I wanted to get out of the running events because
there
the
you
running
go.
events are hard.
Right.
But then it's all about technique. So it's just choose your hard, right? And so started throwing, but I had to get good at it. And then, long story short, is that my dad threw, I threw,
Right.
and my brother threw, and so it was just kind of family tradition. So I had 4 daughters, and I'm like, hey, you guys want to throw? So we're
I can teach you.
yeah, so I started working with him, and that was during the COVID year a
Okay.
while back ago. And then Satara, he saw me coaching and said, "Hey, do you know something about throwing?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm I know how to throw, but I don't know how to teach it. But
Right.
I'm working on it."
Right.
And he's like, "No, we need somebody that wants to come in." And
Well, there you go.
so that's how we got the position. So
It fits pretty well then.
yeah.
So throws then. Who can we look for in the throwing events? Give me some of your upperclassmen, lowerclassmen, or younger classmen, whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
so my 2 daughters that kind of got me the job, I guess.
Sure. Right.
They're injured this year.
Oh, okay.
So they're out of it.
'Kay.
So we're relying on. We got kind of decimated with injuries. We're left with Portia Vanderwall, who's coming back. I think she's a junior. She is this close to qualifying for state.
Okay.
She was just about ready to break 100. We got a new one, Ella Jacobson. So she's going to kind of be filling in for her injuries, and she's it's funny how softball girls and throwers they're very coalesced, right?
Oh,
I
sure,
mean,
right.
if you're good at throwing, and you're probably good at softball or
Right.
whipping a ball. So,
Right.
I have then on the boys' side we have I think I have 4 baseball players.
Okay.
out.
That makes
And,
sense. Yeah. Same.
Yeah, same motion, same batting, like generating power. And the thing about the throws is that it's the science of generating power.
Yeah.
And every movement that we do, we really hone into it with the block leg, the power leg, twisting the hips, rotation,
Right.
and getting in positions, right? Hitting those positions every single time, just drilling the heck out of them.
Right.
And then hopefully we uncork a big one.
That's the hope. Yeah.
So we end up making this, try to make it fun. It's so repetitive. So we get out there, we throw tires, we throw chairs, we work weightlifting. It's the art of throwing. Whatever we're throwing, we're going to generate power
Yeah.
and do that. And hopefully these kids can take this and overlap in their multi-sport athletes. And it's great for your baseball swing. It's great for your arm if you're a pitcher, or for throwing from catcher to second, or from outfield to home.
Every coach I've ever met, that does basketball, does football, does volleyball, they've always said, go do track. It keeps you in shape for one.
Yep.
But it also teaches you just different aspects of what you can do. So you're teaching your body something else that will help you in, if you love volleyball more or something like that. This sounds like the same deal where you're teaching techniques, but they can use that for baseball. They can use that for softball. You can use it for football. Getting foot techniques down, that's another basketball thing as well. So
Yeah, it's a dance, and it's learning how to listen,
Yeah.
learn body mechanics,
right. Yeah.
and it's not just baseball. It's like your golf swing, same thing. It's
There
a
you go.
technique, and it's like that's something you're gonna play the rest of your life,
Right.
if you want to.
Well, I'm trying to, but there's no
I know what's going on with the snow we got going on.
joking
there.
about that all day. It doesn't make any sense. I get that it's April Fool's, but come on, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't like what's happening out there.
Yeah. But for the guys' side, we have a very young team. Levi's our only senior. But he is going to be leading the charge. He's been with me for 4 years, and so it's been quite a journey with him.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to him. He's on the pinnacle of breaking into state too.
Okay.
We got 2 young guys. We got Wyatt Nelson and Landon Hansen, and those 2 guys are funny story about them guys. And then we got Drake Schmuck too. I don't
Okay.
want to leave him out.
Right.
And we got some new guys coming out. But as far as our javelin throwers, we got Jacob Guthmiller, we got Dan Ziesen, and Wyatt Nelson again for the javelin.
Right.
So I think I got them all.
So
So
if not, we'll keep doing the show every 2 weeks. We'll talk to them all.
we just got such a good, strong men's team this year, and last year was really a building year. But the funny story about Wyatt Nelson, I brought him up as an 8th grader, and he threw at our home meet.
Right.
He broke both the school records for middle school.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, that's a pretty good sign.
Yeah,
Why don't you come on up and we're gonna give you a shot at the high school? And he threw, and he earned her spot.
Well, there you go.
And then Landon Hansen comes back the next year, beats Wyatt Nelson's records, so he gets on the track team as an 8th grader. But now I have them both as a sophomore and a freshman this year. Super young.
Yeah.
And they're gonna be amazing.
Yeah, there's no ceiling for those guys.
Nope,
I mean, if they're doing that at that young age, then
Yeah.
high
And
hopes for those guys.
It's a lot harder for the guys in the throws than it is for the ladies, because the
Okay.
guys, typically the only people we see at state are going to be seniors and juniors when they're
right.
more developed, stronger. Very rare is it to see a sophomore, and it's even more rare to ever see a freshman.
Right.
You got to be an absolute. But those guys have an opportunity here this year to kind of prove everybody wrong.
That's
I'm a
fantastic, man.
stud, so looking forward to it.
Well, that's fun, man. I don't have a lot of questions for throwers. I mean, we do have the javelin up here, but there's a shot right there.
Yeah.
Is that the boy shot or that's a girl shot? That's a girl shot.
This is actually girls indoor.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, javelin's super new sport for us.
Yeah.
So it's comes with its own nuances, and between the throws, and I don't know if people really understand the dynamics. Is well, if you're a thrower, you're a thrower. It's are you the big heavy guy or are you the really quick small guy?
Right.
And we never see the quick small guys, but they're good at throws. It's all about mastering that technique.
Yeah.
But yeah, the bigger and taller you are, the more you are. But between the 3, I would recommend that, or I would justify, I guess, my shot putters.
Yeah.
That's a lot of strength. If you're big and strong and got fast twitch muscles,
Sure.
the stronger you are, the better you're going to be at shot put.
Right. Yeah.
Where at discus, it's more of a balanced kind of throw.
That's a technique thing, right?
It is. Technique plays 50% of it, but being big and strong also helps
Sure.
with it. Or speed, right?
Speed
then-
and balance comes in a lot more in the
Yeah.
discus, I think.
Yep. And then the last one, the javelin, that's a whole another realm. I threw it a little bit in high school, and then I threw it a little bit in college, but I was no pro at it.
Right.
But javelin is 100% technique. I've seen a guy that probably weighed 108 pounds, and he could throw it 150 feet. So
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
that's overachieving. And I'm so it's just being able to generate that torque and that power and that
Sure.
technique. And so small guys can compete in the throws as long as we got technique.
Yeah.
Technique beats speed.
Sure.
And power. So
Well, we got high hopes for the throwers then at
Yeah,
the same time.
yeah,
We
I'm-
talked to relay guys. We talked to sprinters and distance.
Bill's just
yeah.
throwing everybody
He
at you
did.
right now. Oh,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I'll be back in 2 weeks. We don't have to do everyone right now. That's the way it goes.
Let's get it all up in the air.
Get
I'll
him
just
out
keep
of
it-
there.
We're going to make this a 4-hour episode.
It works out well. I got this huge sponsor list, so they all love it. So it's all good.
You were the announcer, I think, here just recently for the girls' softball tournament.
Yeah, I was down in Dordt with them. Yeah.
You did an amazing job, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen your face, but I was watching. We were at state wrestling at the
There's a
time.
reason that I don't show my face. Yeah, it's
I
a
gotta-
face for radio. Is
We
what
both
this
have
is.
that. Yeah, right. But I was actually we were at AAU state wrestling this weekend up in Rapid City.
Okay.
And so we're like, hey, the game's going to be on YouTube, and we're like, hey, we got this new guy that's announcing it. And
Yeah.
so I'm like, oh, we tuned in, and typically when we do this, I'll turn the radio on. Like if I'm watching a girls' basketball game,
Right.
or a football game, I'll YouTube it, but then I'll turn that on mute, and then
Okay.
I'll turn the radio on because the radio guys, that's all they can do. They can
Right.
really. I didn't have to do that with
You don't have to do that anymore.
No,
You don't.
no. You did an amazing job. Play
Well,
by
thank
play, loved it. Seen a few balls come right at you or a little close in the
Yeah,
action.
there was ones that came at the fence at me, but it's the weirdo ones that popped off of that ceiling and then dropped right next to
I
me.
know that's.
Because there was one that went right behind my iPad, just dropped right there. I was like, well, that's new. All right, great. There's
Yeah,
a new
the indoor
twist.
arena is a whole new level of play.
Stressful.
It
even at
is.
night, but
You don't know where it's going to. You're playing the Ricochets.
yeah, it was still fun. Bill and I started this on the side of the volleyball courts. So we chased that volleyball team all the way out to Phillip in that Sodex 16. And then it followed right into the basketball season where we had a table right at the top of the bleachers up there. We had a great time doing that. We were just out at Spearfish. South Dakota Public TV let me do the games for Sioux Valley at the top of those bleachers up there. So we were called a state tournament. It was fantastic. This is what I want to do. I just don't know how to turn it into a full-time job yet. So
Well, yeah, you're definitely going to put on some miles. Maybe we can figure that out for
Yeah.
you, right?
well, that's what the old sponsors are for. Make sure that there's gas in the tank and some food on the road. And I always bring these girls cheese. I work at Bell Brands. That's my regular job. So I always bring them cheese from our employee store. Just
The
buying
little-
them off.
The little Bellas.
Yeah, the little circle things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll take some of those. I love
See,
those
there you go.
things.
Yeah.
I'll buy some off you.
There's-
And then we get you a raise because you're the number one salesman. And
There's usually some in Bill's coach's office over there. He's got.
well,
a
I think I'm
couple
going to
fridges
head over there right now and
You
go
should.
steal some.
Hopefully, there's some left in there. If not,
Well,
I'll bring back some tomorrow.
It was great meeting you.
Chad,
Thank you.
a pleasure as always,
Yeah,
man. Good luck with the throwers. Good luck with the season.
You bet. Thank you very much.
Chad Guthmiller joining on. Fantastic. All the people we can handle today. Some more sponsors we're going to thank. Back Alley Meats, Buster's Auto Brokers, and Tropical Smoothie Cafe. Tropical Smoothie was fantastic this year because of what we were allowed to do with Tropical Smoothie Cafe. They were the sponsors of the player of the game through volleyball, through basketball. That player of the game got a free smoothie for their efforts to be player of the game. So it just an amazing experience. Thank you to Ann for being a fantastic sponsor. That's a full hour right there. We talked to a lot of people today. We talked to, the softball girls, a lot of track and field stars, just Chad Guthmiller joining on. I got Jeremy Bachman walking past. What's up, my man? We'll talk to you in the football season. That's going to do it for another fantastic coaches show. Thank you for tuning in. Now that you're on YouTube right here, subscribe to the channel at the same time, and the more the merrier as far as YouTube goes. But yeah, we'll keep adding sponsors. We'll keep doing this every couple of weeks when I'm off on Wednesdays, and the kids get out of school at 1:30. This works out perfect. This set up shop at 3 o'clock in the afternoon right here in the Commons area works out great. So that's going to do it for another Wednesday. So yeah, pay attention to all the weather cancellations and everything. Softball is getting moved around as far as what their schedule is. So if you have friends in the softball family or have kids in school or know the coaches, just pay attention as best you can as far as the weather changes go, because their home opener got moved. So no home opener for softball this year, or this week, I guess I should say. But yeah, track and field, kind of the same boat. They'll fire up on Monday at the indoor facility on the SDSU campus, the S-Jack, if you will. But that's going to do it. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for listening. Thanks for following along. And we'll keep bringing you more. I'll get to every softball game I can outside of that Bell Brand schedule. So it's a lot of fun doing this. Thank you for all the support. Thanks for following. Thanks for all the reach outs and smiles and handshakes, just like Chad gave me right there. It's been a lot of fun. So we'll do this again in 2 weeks. And then I got to find a softball game that we can get after. So outside of that Bell Brand schedule, and yeah, that'll be next. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.